everyone, and welcome to Bottom Line with Roni and Byron. We're going to get some good news to you today. We're going to start with the grand opening of the City of Marianna's City Hall.
In national news, we're going to talk about how the U.S. added 678,000 jobs in February in sign of economic health.
And then we'll switch to sports and talk about the Malone Tigers, who came up short in the state semifinals.
And in entertainment, we'll talk about Melinda Gates says Bill Gates' relationship with Jeffrey Epstein played a role in their divorce.
And our relationship tea topic today is, when is it okay to pad the truth? So Byron, let's get to it. We'll start off with the City of Marianna has opened its City Hall, the new City Hall. It's located in the same area on Jefferson Street. Byron and I did get a chance to attend some of the grand opening that happened on yesterday. And as you see on the pictures, it was well attended, Byron. It's a great thing for the City of Marianna to have this state-of-the-art facility. Have you seen it?
I have. I hadn't had a chance to go inside, but it was, for a while, I was wondering, what are they building over there? And it looks from the shots that I've seen, it's fitting in its timing. City of Marianna definitely deserves it. Definitely does.
On the photos here, it was well attended. There's also some photos of the actual inside of the facility. It's 2 stories. All of the departments are in that building, Byron, and it's very nice. I've been in there several times, and it's super nice. Kudos to the city manager, Jim Dean, and his staff for sticking through it and getting it done. So Byron, the pictures that you're currently watching is, like I said, that's the inside, various areas of the inside. And then I want to go to the photo where it shows the actual drawing of what the entire campus, or I should say, complex is going to look like once it's completed, because that's just a city hall. So the fire department is also going to have a building. If you're facing the city hall to the left, that's going to be the fire department, as you see on that drawing, and then to the right, that's going to be the police department. So they are so going to have new buildings. Currently in the old city hall, the fire department and the police are currently there, but once the construction gets started on those 2 additional buildings, like I said, the fire department will be on the one on the left of the city hall, and then to the right of the city hall will be the police department. So that's going to be good.
Awesome.
And again, congratulations to the City of Marianna. I do want to take this time and to bring to you Brightway Insurance. Brightway Insurance is there in the City of Marianna with all of your insurance needs. If you need any property insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, contact Brightway Insurance. You can reach them at 850-633-3460. 850-633-3460, and let them know that you heard us here on Bottom Line with Roni and Byron talking about them. All right, my next story is going to be Russell Roberts. The Honorable Russell Roberts was sworn in on yesterday. He is the judge in the 14th Circuit. He was actually appointed, Byron, in November, and then he actually started the circuit on January the 1st. So Russell Roberts is from Marianna. He is a part of the Roberts law firm. His dad, is John Roberts. His brother is John Roberts. So were you aware of that, Byron?
I wasn't. It's good to see that the legacy is continuing. Kudos to Mr. Roberts, Judge Roberts at this point. And hopefully we'll see some Honorable George Roberts. Yeah. So hopefully we'll see, I don't know if it's going to be in the next 20, 30 years, it'll be another Roberts in there, but hey, continue the legacy.
Yeah. Honorable Russell Roberts, his circuit duties will cover Holmes County, and then some dependency and unified family court cases in Bay County. So that's basically his duties are going to cover that. So again, Honorable Russell Roberts, he's actually a 1991 graduate of Marianna High School. So that, that again, like I mentioned before, His family does have a law firm in Marianna, Roberts, and Roberts. And his dad is John Roberts, who's also a city commission for the city of Marianna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
So
what district is that? District 3 or district?
you're talking about for where judge, I mean, not judge, his dad. I'm not sure
Yes.
where his dad, what his dad area covers for the city of Marianna's commission. It may be 3. You know what?
Yeah.
I think it is. I
Yeah,
think it
it's
is.
3.
Yeah. So again, congratulations to Honorable Russell Roberts. Perhaps we can get him on the show. And speaking of Marianna, we are going to have the city of Marianna's manager, Jim Dean, on the show so he can talk about the project at length of, how long it took, what it entailed and what we have to look forward to. So we'll make sure we get Jim Dean on the show. All right, so my next story, I want to switch to some state news, and we'll switch to the talk about Governor Ron DeSantis, the comments that he made to some students that was at his press conference at the University of South Florida earlier this week. So the controversy that's basically surrounds Byron is the statement he made to the students. The students were wearing masks. They were standing behind him. And these were his comments, and people, took offense to it. But he said to the students, you don't have to wear those masks. The governor said to students standing behind him at the University of South Florida. Please take them off. Honestly, it's not doing anything. We've got to stop with this COVID theater. So if you want to wear it, fine, but this is ridiculous. So those were his comments to those students. And there were some people that got very, very offended by him, Byron.
Yeah, I hate when politicians go this route, but it's almost like you're contradicting yourself with your argument for or against masks. At the end of the day, if I'm not mistaken, the argument against masks was basically to let people make their own decisions and they be the overall judge of whether or not they want to wear a mask or not, especially when it came to schools. Now you want to tell kids not to wear them and almost like shame them. Well, which is it? Is it their parents' individual right to say, keep my child wear the mask or not, or now you're going to shame them? And at the end of the day, we have to, politics is still being played. You have a governor election, you have the gubernatorial election coming up, and then there's talks that he has his eye on the presidential election. So you got that the plug in there. So I don't know, Ronnie, what you think? I'm looking at it like you kind of double talking here,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the whole thing, the whole argument, like you said, it was everybody should make their own decision. Well, if you're, pretty much, speaking to the students in this manner, then that's really not allowing them to make their choice. But it did say some of the students took off their face masks for the event, and while others continued to wear them. But there were some parents really, really highly upset.
Yeah, now I get it if he was speaking to, school board members and he was, in a setting where he was making that comment, or he was saying it to, the Department of Education. He was making that argument with them, but you're talking to students that by all accounts, the school didn't make them. They were wearing it on their own volition. So
free will.
Yeah. Right. So if that was your argument in the very beginning, then why it's upsetting you? It's almost like that's more than peer pressure. It's using your authority to kind of shame kids to take them off. You know what I'm saying? If they wear them, they wear them. Fine.
All right. So then my last thing, I just want to mention for you Wendy's lovers, Wendy's is having a promotion for the month of March for March Madness. They're giving like half off of their breakfast item. So if you want to check with Wendy's, please do. But for March Madness, they're offering half off all month deal for their March Madness month. So now I will tell you, I did check with the Wendy's on Highway 71 and they didn't have any knowledge of this. I did not speak to a manager, however, because the manager was not there, but the employee that I did speak with, they were unaware of this promotion. So I would suggest that people make calls to, we have two Wendy's, one on 71 and then one on Lafayette Street, that you would call and ask them if they are participating. And if not, get their general manager's phone number and ask why not. I mean, the rest of the country is participating. So why can't these two participate? So just do that. Again, get your phone calls made, and perhaps, we can encourage these Wendy's here to participate in this promotion. All right. I'm going to again mention Broadway Insurance, who's located here in Marianna on Caledonia Street. You can reach them at 850-633-3460, 850-633-3460, and get all of your insurance needs. That's all I have for local and state news. What do you have for national?
So for national, before I begin, I want to talk about People's Funeral Home. Because we care, we're here when you need us. Long Granbury Funeral Services Incorporated, doing business as People's Funeral Home, Marianna and Battle Mortuary, Panama City, offer services that is within the reach of all. Their caring staff is available 24/7 when the need arises. Their services are designed to commemorate the life being remembered at a price suitable for all. So please give Cephas and Gwen a call at 850-482-2233. Once again, that's 850-482-2233, or simply stop by for more information as People's Funeral Home. So my first story I want to talk about, the U.S. has added 678,000 jobs in February in sign of economic health. U.S. employers added a robust 678,000, another gain that underscored the economy's solid health as the Omicron wave fades and more Americans venture out to spend at restaurants, shops, and hotels despite surging inflation. So what do you think about that, Roni?
Well, I don't know, because honestly, sometimes I question the stats, like when they come out, what are they basing it on? Like, where's the information truly coming from? So, not that I'm skeptic, but, I don't know. I just kind of wonder. But what I will say, I think you and I talked about this offline about how people were kind of taking jobs for granted, for lack of a better term, not really eager to get out and work. When you see, fast foods offering, a high hourly wage, that they are really seeking help because they don't have any. And so, like, you said, I think these are going to turn around pretty soon once, we get past a couple of initiatives that were issued out and people were receiving, various checks. Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah. So they're saying, all right, in the response to all this, the Federal Reserve is set to raise interest rates at the time they're saying later this month. Those increases will eventually mean higher borrowing rates for consumers and businesses, including homes, autos, and credit cards. Now, in my opinion, like you stated, I feel like once the stimulus check money wear off, I'm an everyday person. Once the income tax checks wear off, there's a lot of people that started businesses, and it's sad to say, but some of those businesses won't all pan out. And when that starts to happen, people will come back out. The jobs have been out there to get. It's just not too many people have been out to go and work and jump back in to fill them. I think that will help, but it's almost like the economy always, when it comes to the markets, they always want to stretch consumers and want to stretch the American people when we're at our most vulnerable. So you're coming off of a pandemic, you're coming off of a war or something like that, and they want to raise rates right when people are kind of stretched the most to see how much they can go, how further they can go. But with gas prices raising higher due to, what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, all this stuff going together, it looks like it's going to be, it may almost tip us into a recession. And that's one of the reasons why they're kind of stepping back, realizing that larger hikes would rise or weakening the economy and maybe tip us into a recession. So it looks like they're looking to kind of weigh it out, see what happens, and it makes sense. But I just really think that they need to give it a little more time. I think they kind of jumped out there too early by raising the interest rates. I think if they pushed it to maybe May, June, it may make a little more sense. But either way, the U.S. is, highlighting jobs being more jobs being created and looking to have a promising boost. So in my next story, something that is kind of scary: rat carcasses on the conveyor belt inside Family Dollar rodent infested warehouse. So for those that may not know, I want to say it was either Family Tree bought Family Dollar or vice versa, but either way, both.
Dollar Tree.
Yeah, both. I'm sorry, Dollar Tree. Both share the same, the same company and say the same facilities. But Family Dollar closed more than 400 stores last month after more than 1,000 dead rodents were found at one of its distribution facilities. Yeah.
Where's that at? Where was that located at?
This is the main, I'm sorry, it's in West Memphis, Arkansas. That's where it's at. Since last January of 2020. In October of 2021, a fire drill sent dozens of rats scurrying around the facility due to a loud sound. And here's another one. The report that the FDA did, it ranged from live rodents and dead rodents of various states of decay throughout the facility, a mouse carcass on a pallet containing Hungry Jack cheesy scalloped potatoes, numerous rodent excretia pellets found on multiple food products such as Knorr chicken flavored rice and pasta, Alfredo, Big Taco Supreme flavored sunflower seeds, Jello brand instant chocolate, Jello, multiple, no less than five rats climbing up rack scaffolding and through a pallet containing potato chips. You even got them finding live rats in bags of chips coming from a distribution center to an actual Family Dollar store. So, it's bad. And right now, Dollar Tree is saying that the distribution center remains open, but it's operating at limited capacity. The facility is not currently shipping FDA regulated products such as packaged human and animal food, drug products, dietary supplements, medical devices, or cosmetics. And spokeswoman for Family Dollar said, "We are working on a remediation plan." I want to see what you think, but you got to do something more than a remediation plan. You might want to burn that whole place down and just rebuild another one.
Well, yeah, you're saying 400 Family Dollar, stores closed because of this. That's a lot of stores.
Yes.
I don't know. Well, it says West Memphis, Arkansas, seem like the areas that we're talking about here. Because I'm saying that because we have a Family Dollar distribution center here. So exactly. I was just wondering, how was that? Were they affected or not? I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything?
I haven't, and I'm gonna look to see if that Memphis, Arkansas, center actually, distributes, or if any of their products distributes to ours as well. Because that's a pretty bad shape to be in, and you don't know where all that stuff is coming from. It was actually a 22-page inspection report that a lot of this stuff was cited from.
I do know this, Byron, that this basically has gotten the attention of the Memphis NAACP chapter. And of course, they're saying that, this would not have happened if it was in a, I guess, predominantly white neighborhood. So they're, really upset about, what has happened. Apparently, West Memphis obviously is a predominantly African-American. And actually, the NAACP has been giving away free $150 gift cards to shoppers who had purchased unsafe items at Family Dollar and struggling to get other options. Yeah, so $150, the NAACP has actually been given away to those shoppers. So we have to keep watching that story because I don't know. It may be something that, bigger come of this, So we
Yeah,
have
I
to keep.
agree. I agree. It's definitely it's a heck of a start. I mean, it has me worried, and the thing is, what is it gonna do for that chain? Because that's something, when Chipotle had that issue with their food product, it took a big dive in their their sales, and Family Dollar and the Dollar Tree, and especially when the Dollar Tree already went up. They shouldn't even call it a Dollar Tree anymore, $1.25. So these are some big hits that they're making to themselves. So it's gonna take a lot to bring consumers back with this report coming out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
So in my last story, mainland America doesn't rely heavily on Russian oil, but Hawaii does. So according to this story, Hawaii really depends. The overall U.S. consumes very little Russian oil. So in 2021, oil from that country represented just about 3% of the total U.S. crude imports, just 1% of the oil processed by U.S. refineries. This is according to American Fuel and Petrochemical Manufacturers Trade Association. But Hawaii is an anomaly among U.S. states. It imports several million barrels of Russian crude oil annually, about 10 to 25% of Russian crude shipments. So that raises a question. Give me your thoughts on U.S. not getting much of its oil, and Russia, as you were, Hawaii being the one state that does.
Well, I didn't understand that. I still don't understand it. So what's the difference? You tell me, what's the difference?
So one reason why Hawaii relies so heavily on Russian crude oil is because of a 1920, it's called the 1920 Jones Act. This is a law that says that cargo sent by sea between U.S. ports must travel on ships that are built, owned, and staffed by Americans. So those shipments are very expensive. And so to cut down on the cost, large Hawaiian refineries tend to import their oil from abroad, hence Russia. But due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, it's led to the United States and European allies to impose severe economic penalties on Russia. But oil is not among the targets. So our administration, the Biden administration, is saying that there's no strategic interest in further disrupting the global energy supply. So it kind of makes you question.
Why the gas prices going up?
So here's the thing: the gas prices are going up not because we are America's dependent on the oil, but because European nations are. So to remind people, we're living in a global economy now. So whatever strains one nation would strain the other. Because basically, if I'm getting, let's say for instance, keep it simple. If I have cows and you have chickens, right? And in order for me to get chickens, I got to buy them from you. In order for you to get cows, I buy them from me. But let's say another person that I buy feed from, or that I buy, cleaning supplies for my cows, they raise the price on me. Then that makes me raise the price on what I sell you, and vice versa. If you take a hit for something that you buy from somebody else. So because European nations are getting hit heavily from their purchasing from oil from Russia, it ends up connecting to the U.S.
Domino effect. I got it.
Yes. So oil price. So nevertheless, due to those uncertainties caused by the Ukraine war and potential supply shocks in Europe, which is more dependent on Russian oil, high gasoline prices are already hitting consumers within the continuous states.
Because Walmart is at $3.59.
Yeah, I've seen reports where they're saying they expect the gas to go up to $6. But this is one of the reasons why America and other Western nations has to get off of the dependency of natural gas, like oil and things like that, going more electric. This technology has been around for a while, and this is one of the reasons why we got to get off of that dependency, because in situations like this, you got a nation like Russia that's putting that strain, and it pretty much, because think about it, sanctions don't really work if I'm gonna say I'm gonna punish you for one thing, but not going on the thing that you're gonna hurt me with. So is it really a sanction?
Sanction, I'll say that.
Yeah. Not a conspiracy theories. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But that's it for me for national news. Before I leave, I want to talk about People's Funeral Home. Because we care, We're here when you need us. Long Granbury Funeral Services Incorporated, doing business as People's Funeral Home. Marianna and Battle Mortuary, Panama City, offers services that is within the reach of all. Their caring staff is available 24/7 when the need arises. Their services are designed to commemorate the life being remembered at a price suitable for all. So please give Cephas and Gwen a call at 850-482-2233. It's 850-482-2233, or simply stop by for more information. It's People's Funeral Home.
All right, we'll move on to sports, and I want to start by giving congratulations to the Malone Tigers basketball team.
Yes.
They did make it to Lakeland, to the state semifinals, came up short against Paxton. The final score was 51-49. So they fought hard, represented Jackson County very well. And we are so proud of the Malone Tigers and look forward to seeing, them in the future continue to bring what we know as Malone basketball back to this area. So again, guys, hold your head up. You did well. And for you 7 seniors, congratulations again for sticking together this long and for just being an example. So,
yeah, I just want to say to those gentlemen and the seniors at all the schools, but especially at Malone, I know, at that time I've been subject to losing a big game, and the biggest thing I want them to take away from it is always remember that journey. This is one of the most influential brotherhoods that you're gonna take with you from the day you die. You're gonna always reminisce on that moment. And even though you may not have gotten that state championship, you are in a alumni, you're in a class of your own of those that did, and you made a great accomplishment. There's nothing to hang your head about. And I wasn't able to go, but I heard the game, and you talking about jumping off the end of my seat, listening to a radio. There's no other way you would have got me to do something like that. So for them to reach, an old guy just sitting around in his house to get on the radio and just listen and root for them, you made an astonishing, accomplishment by beating the teams you did. So there's no reason to hang your head. I know you don't want to hear that right now, but man, use that, continue and do great. You did great, and everybody's proud of you. So I just want to say that for him.
Very much so. And Byron, my husband was at the game. He's actually at the, attended the tournament. And he basically, not only was that game a nail biter, there were so many games throughout the tournament that were nail biters. He and his family, his brothers are 10, and they all said, they've been going for 20 plus years, but they all said this is one of the best tournaments that they've had. And so, Malone represented.
That reminds me of a story real quick. I was in boot camp, was basic training, was going through the crucible, and we're doing pugil sticks, but the crucible, you get 3 days, 4 days, 3 nights, you get 3 days worth of meals. By that second day, you're worn out. You got no more food left. You probably have like some juices, some crackers, something like that left, and that's it. Your energy is very low. And I had to basically have my back turned, laying out on the ground, got the pugil sticks. I turn around, it's 2 7-foot giants in front of me, right? So it's either, I gotta fight them, and I'm going at it, getting my behind toe up. I'm getting toe up, but I just fix on one guy, and I'm gonna try to beat the mess out of the best I could. And next thing you know, because I wasn't scared, that motivated everybody else to jump, and it was just like all out brawl. And when it was over with, one of the guys was like, "Man, Dickens, you was getting your butt kicked, da. And I got hot. I said, "Yeah, but I ain't quit." And I was like, I wasn't scared. And the drill instructor that was with us, he was like, that just set him live. He was like, "That's right. That's what you did," And so it reminds me, that let them, you got to be a fighter in life. You can't worry about wins or losses. The fact that you fought through it and you gave it everything you got, that's what matters. Because in life, you're going to get knocked down. You're going to take some L's. And like they say, it's all about the bubble. It's all about how you get back up, dust yourself off, and keep going. And they're winners. They're winners in our eyes. So, that's just a quick life lesson. You might have 2-3 people against you, but you keep going, you keep grinding, and they know who the winner is.
All right, so I'm going to move on to my next story. Katie Meyer, the soccer player from Stanford. She was the goalie. She's also the captain. She was found dead in her dormitory room on Tuesday. And the results from the medical examiner says it was self-inflicted. So she died by suicide. They did not state how or the manner, but it just states that she died by suicide. So 22 years old, Katie Meyer, the goalie for Stanford. Stanford actually won the state championship back in 2019, and she was the leader. She was still the captain of the team. Now, interesting enough, Byron, just recent reports have surfaced and said that she was involved in some type of disciplinary action from Stanford. Apparently, she was defending a teammate, and there were some issues that came from it, and she had been receiving, letters about it. And it seems like this may have been the trigger for her, doing what she did. Unfortunately, there may have been some disciplinary actions coming down the line for her being involved in an incident. So that's just tragic that, that she got to that point, and took her life. So, but yeah, Katie Meyer, 22, of Stanford, the goalie. So, but that's all I have for sports.
Yeah. So for entertainment, my story, entertainment, talk about Melinda Gates. Says Bill Gates' relationship with Jeffrey Epstein played a role in their divorce. So I know that they're making it seem like it's not getting nasty, but it seems like it is a little bit. Melinda Gates opened up about her divorce from Bill Gates in her interview with Gayle King. She stated that it was many things the reason why they divorced, but I did not like that he had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein. I made that clear to him. She went on to say that she regretted it from the second the second she stepped in the door. She said he was abhorrent. He was evil person personified. She had nightmares about it afterwards. Her heart breaks for the young women because that's how she felt. And here I am, an older woman. My God, I feel terrible for those young women. It was awful. He was awful. And then she goes on to, they talk about if they were still friends. She mentioned they're in a safe place. But you come out in this interview and you make a very, very compelling case about him being friends with Jeffrey Epstein, which a lot of the controversy came out about him. It's kind of shaky. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I hate to hear that, for one. I really do, because, people kind of looked up to them as a couple. They gave out of their hearts, in so many levels. So you just kind of hate to see the split. Anyway, so, but aside from that, I see, that now she's coming out and kind of being more honest about it, of the situation. And I really hate that, that was a circumstance, because, there was a lot of people's name that kind of surfaced when, that whole story broke, and names that we would be shocked that had involvement with him. So, I don't know. It's just, disappointing all the way around.
Yeah, it's almost like everybody knew him, and everybody had any entertainer, anybody of statue was some way associated with him. And I mean, it's telling. But she went on a lot of questions that Gayle King did ask her. A lot of it she deferred and kind of said, any of the questions remaining about what Bill's relationship was, those are for Bill to answer, and she kind of left it at that. So we'll see what comes out. I don't know if a book is gonna come out, a memoir or anything like that.
Money. I mean, she does not need the money.
Nah. But divorces get ugly, and things come out and things get said. So we don't know what may come out beyond that. But
hopefully nothing. Hopefully nothing. I just hate to see their names tarnished. And like I said, they're such, they've given so much,
Yeah, big philanthropist. Yeah. So in my next story, Mariska Hargitay reacts to Law and Order Special Victims Unit actor's death. So the actor, his name is Ned Eisenberg. So he played one of the district attorney lawyers in Law and Order Special Victims Unit. He died February 27 after a battle with 2 forms of cancer. He was 65 years old. She made a statement, "My heart is so full of sadness over the loss of our dear Ned Eisenberg. What a light and what a love, and such a first-rate actor, which pales next to him as a first-rate human. We will remember him always with his bright, mischievous smile and his wide-open heart. We love and miss you, sweet Ned." So she played Mariska played Olivia Benson. Everybody knows Olivia Benson. She's been on Law and Order for years, and that character has been, she spawned off and done a lot of different things regarding sexual assault and things like that. And but the star Eisenberg, he starred on that role as attorney Roger Kressler. So he's made numerous appearances since '99 to 2019. But rest in peace to Ned Eisenberg.
So speaking of Law and Order, Law and Order is back. The one with Dick Wolf and Anthony Anderson, that is back, currently show airing. So, and I know this because my husband is a big, huge with a capital H Law and Order fan. So he watched reruns for so many times. So now, there are current episodes showing. So I don't know if people know that, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing like that doom, nothing like that noise. Yeah. It's like what it's like once I start watching Law, I can't turn it off and you get hooked. It's like first 48. But yeah. But that's it for me. That's it for me for entertainment.
All right, we're going to switch to our relationship tea topic. And today we are going to discuss, when is it okay to pad the truth? So Byron, what that means is really, some people call it a white lie. Some people call it creative thinking or creative telling. So, but it comes down to, when is it okay to not tell the truth or if you want to say pad the truth? What do you think?
Yeah, you have to be careful about saying we telling some secrets now. We dropping some jewels now. I would say, some relationships they want to be completely and utmost honest, but there was if you get a chance, I believe it's on YouTube, but it was like a dialogue between James Baldwin and Nikki Giovanni. And on it, they talk heavily on topics of race and the Black experience during that day. And it's a part in there where she says, lie to me sometimes. You go to work, and she says you give the white man the best of you, and you come and you give me the worst of you, and I love you the most. And James Baldwin he's basically saying, well, I can't do that. And she said, you must. And it's one of those points where it's like, sometimes, and I got what she was saying, sometimes, it's necessary to just, if you have to fake it with me sometimes. Make me feel important. So sometimes a lot, if you're trying to motivate, that loved one, if it's your brother, sister, your significant other, they may be wanting to lose weight, or they may be wanting to venture off into a different, profession or dream or goal. Whether or not you really, truly understand it, or you know it's going to be a struggle, you give them that motivation that they need, and you do it. Sometimes a little white lie is necessary. Sometimes that cooking ain't good, it's okay to say it is, just to get them through the day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, so I don't think it's good to mislead anybody, and it depends on the situation. You mentioned cooking. Okay, say for instance, there's someone is cooking and it's not the best. I think it's such thing as redirect. You can say to that person, I did taste it. And have you tried redirect or reflect? Have you
That's
tried
a hard one. Yeah, you got me
way?
thinking now. That's a hard one.
Have you tried doing it this way, or try that? So it wasn't good. No, I'm just saying you should, try something different.
Yeah.
So I think wording, is a play on words, but redirect and reflect in that incident, But in a different case, if someone is doing something that that they are not, that's not their lane, then I think the sooner they know, the better, so they can move on to something else and try something else.
And I tell you this one, sometimes in a lot of cases, sometimes with some people, you just have to let, you have to let them crash and burn. Yeah.
Well,
Sometimes they won't listen, and if you do say something, then now all of the motivation, the bad person is on you. And, but then in some situation, if you don't say anything, why you didn't tell me? Well, because you would have got mad at me if I'd have told you my honest opinion. So it's a double-edged sword with that one.
But it's like, here's a good example. What if you're in a room and you're with just, a friend, and there's something on their nose? Do you tell the person, or do you just look at it? What do you do?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna tell you, hey, hit you with that. Oh, hit you with that, because I would want that. I would want you to tell me, don't leave me out there hanging, But
okay, let me give you another one. What if someone is giving a speech and they come back and say, hey, how did I do? What do you say? And it wasn't that good. It wasn't captivating. It wasn't motivating. You can look at the crowd. They were just like blah. What do you do? What do you say?
Yeah, I'm probably going, because they're gonna know that reaction from people. I'm probably gonna say, hey, let me give you some pointers, to make it better. It was good, but let me help you out.
So you would say it was good, but you
yeah. They just don't know your greatness right now. You know what I'm saying?
So there's that creative thinking I mentioned before.
Yeah. It's you can massage, and then too, it all depends on the person, because some people can take constructive criticism, and some they can't take 1 ounce of it. So you have to massage things sometimes. So I guess it wouldn't be all the way lying versus just, a different approach to giving a true,
All right, I'm gonna bring it home. One last example. What if your significant other is wearing an outfit, and they ask, oh, I like this outfit. How do you think it looks on me? And it's not flattering. It doesn't look good. What do you say?
Yeah, growing up with my mom, I've always been, I don't know, I just had that shit, but she would, I never had those instances where if I gave her my honest opinion, she didn't take it. How on the TV shows, they ask the man what he thinks, and then they go with the opposite. And I've been good with that one. So I don't know, my opinion is kind of spot on when it comes to, what, outfits and things like that. But now you got me where I'm the truth teller. It's like, okay. I would rather, but there have been situations where, I kind of held it back and, kind of massaged it in a way. But I'm more in line with just shooting it straight to you, and rather it come from me than
someone
else. Getting embarrassed. You get embarrassed and stuff.
Especially like your significant other. That's different. You gotta. You don't want them looking crazy. Okay, I'm gonna
throw. Significant others. Yeah, I mean,
significant others.
That's a touchy one, because some things you can't just be all out, because then you in the doghouse for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
All right, wait. One more example, then we're gonna go. Somebody ask you for ask you about a person that they're thinking about hiring, and oh man, that's not a good idea. So how do you handle that situation? Like somebody say, hey, I'm thinking about hiring, X, Y, and Z. I know you know him. What are your thoughts? Should I do it? Should I not? What are your thoughts?
Ooh, that's tough.
And that's not going to work out. What do you say?
Yeah. That's a tough one. But to be honest with you, if I don't have no good, they would know it as well. I'd go ahead and, especially because you got to think when you're working on a job, you got to have peace of mind. You got to have somebody on there that not going to stress out your day as well. So I give it to them. I said, hey, we might want to look at somebody. Look, just keep looking. Keep looking. Just give it one more try. Okay. I'm not gonna be that person, but man, you owe it up. But I definitely say, just keep looking. Yeah.
Okay. My response would be like, you know what? I'm not sure if that's wise. However, yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got.
What other candidates do you have?
Let's see what else we got first.
Okay. All right. So much for patenting the truth. As you see, there are different ways to be to get the truth out, whether it's creative, whether it's redirecting or reflecting, or whether it's being straight honest. It's up to you. It's up to the situation and how you want to handle it. So I hope we were able to give you some pointers on how do you pad the truth. So Byron, that's it. I do want to take this moment and let everybody know, Total Body by Roni has some Eat Well items. I wrote them out, over the summer. Well, I have another Eat Well item, and it is smoothies, fruit smoothies, Byron. And you have to try one. Yeah, if you see the photo here, I have 2 flavors so far. And man, when I say people are really getting these, they're going like, hotcakes. I'm having to constantly make them. But the first one flavor that I rolled out is called Joe Berry. And that's strawberries, blueberries, and banana. And that's called Joe Berry. You see that here. And then the second one I just rolled out, and it's called Tropical Paradise. So that's pineapples and peaches and mangoes. So it has a tropical flavor. Yeah, really good, Byron. You have to try them. So
put me down. Yeah, put me down. Put me down, boy. Just put me some Splenda in mind. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do that.
Yeah, put me down and shoot. I might try. Well, you do them on the weekends or just weekdays?
Yeah, I'll do them on the weekends. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yep.
Not Sundays, but Saturdays. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, put me down.
Okay,
so, yeah.
We'll do that. So the photos here, if you guys are interested, give me a call, 323-240-0522 and get your smoothie. What else do you have, Byron?
That's it for me. Just everybody once again. Oh, I've got, we still, even though it's not, Black History Month anymore, we still want to highlight our local heroes and our local African Americans that have made great contributions, and just stay following us on Facebook, and we'll be getting a lot of that info out because there's a lot of people. There's some people here locally that have done some great, phenomenal things that you just don't know about. But we need to give them flowers now rather than later. And just make sure you get that book, that first ever children's book about Florida's Emancipation Day, Mayday and Me, celebrating Florida's Emancipation Day. You can find it on Amazon.com. Just simply search the title or my name, as well as going to getting that workout done. You can get up with Roni, Total Body by Roni, and you can get some apparel that's appropriate to the culture and the history of Florida's Emancipation Day, 520foreverfree.com.
All right, real good. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us for this week's episode. I want to say thank you to all of our supporters. Thank you who continually watch us on a weekly basis. Remember, when you know the truth, you can speak the truth. And the light shines brighter when it shines for two. We'll see you next week.